Welcome to Wisdom Teachings with Dr. Amanda Love. Today's topic, Disowned Power. Disowned power. If there is an epidemic of anything on this planet, it is quite certainly disowned power. Disowning our power is so natural to us, so ordinary to our everyday operational mechanisms, that we don't even see how we do it. Projecting our state of being onto whatever we can find to project it onto is our favorite past and present time activity. Why are we so quick to give away our power even when we become aware of the fact that we are doing it? Why don't we want to take responsibility for our state of being in every single moment? Well, on the surface, it might seem easier to pass the buck to something or someone else. At the end of the day, we are the ones that have to live inside of our own minds, and there is no real way out of the torture of our self-created disowned power, except to claim our power that is always and forever ours. One of the biggest perceived obstacles of claiming our power is denying the fact that we have any to begin with. Life happens, situations occur, and often we think that we simply have to feel however it is that we have been programmed to feel about those occurrences. We often don't recognize that we can choose to feel however we desire to feel about whatever it is that occurs. That seems like a bold statement, yet it's true. However you perceive, or said another way, whatever meaning you give to the situations and circumstances of your life will determine how you feel about them and thus determine your experience of them. Something is bad, sad, horrible, happy, good, joyous, tragic, a problem, a bummer, stressful, selfish, altruistic, and on, only if you say it is. Things are what you say they are. You will always experience what you perceive, not what actually is. Most people think that it is the situation or event that determines what they feel, and that is the essence of disowned power. The situation never tells you, rather you are always telling the situation. That last sentence might take lifetimes for some people to accept and to take full ownership over how they see, what meanings they ascribe, and what beliefs they choose to believe that create their experience of reality. The result, however, would be an empowered society, one without blame, shame, projection, fighting, war, and the like. The result would be peace and harmony. And while so many are quick to spout off that this is what they want and wonder why they don't experience it yet as reality, what they fail to see is that our own disowned power is the source of the apparent lack of peace. When we each take accountability for our own state of being and how we desire to feel, there will be nothing but collective peace with all that is. And thus, all that is will be peaceful. Now, you might be thinking that you are completely self-empowered and that you don't even need to listen to this. And that would be true. You are completely self-empowered in this moment. But do you know what you are empowered in? This is where the subtle nuances of self-awareness come into play. For example, you may be completely convicted in the belief that something, let's say something that is going on in your body, means something bad. This is actually a state of empowerment. You are empowered in knowing that something is bad and that you are labeling it as such. That is your choice, even if it doesn't feel like a choice to you yet, it is. Does this labeling and thought of something bad come from conditioned beliefs? Yes, likely it does, but it doesn't mean it's true. It just means that it is what you are believing, so that is what your experience reflects. As soon as you recognize what you are believing and that you are believing it, it is no longer a pattern, habit, or an unconscious belief. It is conscious. And from that point on, you are now in recognition of your choosing to believe in the badness, or if you prefer, you can choose a new belief or perspective of whatever your preference is. Perhaps a belief that creates more harmony inside of your body rather than dis-ease. It's all quite sneaky how we perpetuate the very things that we feel that we don't want simply by reinforcing the state of being that creates the experience of those sensations or expressions. You are not a victim to anything, not even your body and its multitude of infinite expressions. You can only, from your completely self-empowered self, give yourself the experience of victimization. Your body doesn't tell you how you feel. You tell your body how you feel, and your body responds to you. Your nervous system doesn't dysregulate. You dysregulate, and your nervous system responds. Your emotions don't overwhelm you. You choose to feel overwhelmed, and your emotions express that overwhelm for you. These are some of the subtle ways that we disown our power, which seem very commonplace and ordinary to us. It's how we speak, and we don't recognize that we are outsourcing our power onto the things of life rather than more directly and seeing ourselves as the source of it. This doesn't mean that we determine the happenings of life, but rather only that we determine how we experience the happenings of life. Our experience of it is everything, because without our experience, it's all simply neutral. You are always in charge of your experience, even if you are choosing to pretend that you aren't. Everything that is unconscious can be brought to light. Through self-awareness and paying attention to the subtle ways you think, speak, and behave, you can bring all of your unconscious ways of being, thinking, and believing into consciousness. Once you do, now you see yourself, and you see what you've been choosing, that it has been you choosing this way all along, even if it didn't feel that way up until this very moment. Even if it seemed like it was just your patterns, or your parents, or your society. Alas, all along, it's been you choosing. Once you see yourself in whatever ways you need to see yourself for whatever it is you are bringing to light, your power becomes apparent to you. It has been yours all along, even if you gave it to situations, your body, or other people. You can't really give away your power. You can only pretend that other people, events, and such can control you. They can't. You choose to be in agreement. Choice in how you experience whatever you experience is always yours.